Knock knock.
Who's there?
I'm black. That's all. That's all I got.
That's all you got?
That's all I got.
That's all you got? We've had like an hour and a half in between casts, and that was the greatest racist joke you could come up with?
That's it.
All right, well, points for trying. Points for trying. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Nova War.
And Maximus Black.
And we are coming back with, what is this, game 3? Yes, game 3. I can count. Awesome. Game 3 of the finals matches of our last tournament here. Bronze. Yeah, this is bronze. Platinum and gold. And we're looking at Zdra and DurtyKeyLime. And they're just getting their little, their chat on or something. I don't know what they're talking about at the moment. But, who picked this map? I believe is this DurtyKeyLime's
This is DurtyKeyLime's map. Zdra lost the map.
Lost the map.
Lost the last match.
Okay, that makes more sense.
DurtyKeyLime decided to pick Lost Temple,
Surprise.
and for good reason.
Yes.
Lost Temple is definitely the map for Terran, seeing as though they have all the high ground here for siege tanks, good places to float over your command centers, just all around good map for Terran. Nice choking areas to block yourself in, all kinds of great stuff. And it looks like Zdra is probably going to be fighting for his life here.
Yeah, if he doesn't, if DurtyKeyLime has chosen this map and does not, utilize the map for his advantage, which of course, as we all know, Terran has and always has had an advantage on Lost Temple for what is now 12 or 13 years at this point.
Yep.
Had an advantage on this map. If he doesn't use it to his advantage, I'll be very surprised. Like we were saying, the high ground super effective for tanking and stuff like that. And lots and lots of chokeable areas, which will of course also come into play for the Protoss for force fields and stuff like that. But for the most part, this is a heavily Terran favored map, and hopefully he does make good use of it. If not, then it was kind of a waste of a choice.
Yeah, and Zdra is still doing his couple of gateways before getting a Cybernetics core build.
He's building like he's up against a Zerg or something right now. He's blocking off his
yeah,
mineral
he's got
line.
half of his mineral line all blocked off. He's got a weird build, but it works for him. This probe's kind of sitting around here. I think he realizes now that it's blocked off and his probe can't run up there. And it looks like he's actually going to chuck down a proxy pylon.
Maybe that's what he was trying to do, get into the base to build the proxy pylon before the front was blocked off.
Yeah, it's very possible. But you know what? I actually like the fact that this one is here before, or this one is in this position and not in the base.
Yes.
I just, for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But the thing is he now needs to get an observer so he can see, the area of which he's going to be warping in units if he so chooses to do so.
Exactly. I mean, he could, well, no, he can't anymore, actually, because it's blocked by buildings. And I don't know, have we talked about this? The ability of workers to basically circumvent any blocking off of the front with units. Have we talked about that yet?
No, we haven't.
Well, let me talk about that then.
Sure.
So, here's the thing, guys. Let's say that you have a standard choke as maybe a Protoss player, because normally they don't completely hard block their choke with buildings. They usually block off with a couple of units. And so let's say that's effectively blocked off.
Yep.
If you tried to run a worker up there normally, they would not be able to get in. If, however, you go into the opponent's base and right-click on a mineral field, the worker will actually go right through any units blocking off that ramp, and you can just basically walk right in like it ain't nothing. You're like Jesus, walking instead of walking on water. You're walking through people.
They really need to fix that.
That would yeah. And I mean, if you've blocked off properly, and which means your units are going to attack, so it's either hold position or something like that. The odds of a worker getting in aren't huge.
No.
But it can still happen.
But if you ran in like 3 probes,
then you're
gonna
get in.
One of them's gonna get in.
Yeah, and that should probably be changed. It should be able to happen for your own.
Yeah.
So your own units, but for the opponent's units, no, that should probably not happen.
Yeah, no, that's super cheese. And I just want to point out that DurtyKeyLime's still doing his same old same. 3 barracks, not getting a factory, getting a stim pack right now, getting that Marine Marauder ball. And I sound like a broken record here, but Zdra,
Zdra.
getting his 3 gateways,
I think
starting to get warp.
He's getting a 4-gate this time. That's the 4th gateway. So it's not going to be a 3-gate robo. It's going to be a 4-gate.
So there we go. It looks like he's going to get a 4-gate this time. A little slower because he does wait to get that Cybernetics core, but not anything, too slow.
It hasn't killed him yet, let's say that.
No, definitely not. And in fact, I mean, the games, for the most part, are really, really close. And I think if he would have perfected his opening build and applied some pressure onto the Terran,
a lot quicker.
He actually would have been, he'd be one hell of a better player.
Yeah. And like we were saying before, he actually has changed that now and did go up an entire league rank. So, or not even league rank, just a straight up league. He just
he's diamond now.
Yeah, so there you go. Apparently, when we say something, sometimes it actually helps. I'm going to say 99% of the time, it's complete crap, and we probably do more harm than good. But that 1%, every once in a while, we do something good.
That's right.
It's like Dr. Phil. 95% of the time, he's just talking out his ass, and then every once in a while, he actually does something. He actually says something useful.
Well, there you go, and that's, I guess, we're the Dr. Phils of the Starcraft 2 commentary community.
Not old, fat, balding, and useless.
Nope, we are black, muscular, sexy,
and useless.
Anyways, it looks like DurtyKeyLime is getting his expansion going. I have no hate on that.
That's a good time.
He does have quite a bit of units, although this here is a crap ton of units.
That should have pushed a minute and 30... Well, not a minute and 3 seconds ago. That should have been about 45 seconds ago to a minute ago.
Yeah, he's going to want to take up his units here pretty close and start warping in guys. Maybe not even in the base, considering he doesn't have vision, but at least warping in some units back here and making sure that this expansion does not go up. He is building a bunker now, and if he waits much longer, he's going to have a really, really, really tough time getting in there.
Does DurtyKeyLime see that pylon yet? Just out of curiosity, I don't think he does.
No,
does he? No, I don't think he would have.
Or it would
he would have been dead by now. No, he doesn't.
See it.
So what I would like to see here, the most ideal situation, and something that not a lot of Protoss players think of in the heat of battle, is that as you've noticed and as we watch this push go out, and this is a fairly sizable push, as long as he uses his sentry properly. And while we're watching this, because I don't think this is going to be a decisive battle by any stretch, I'll talk about what I was trying to get out here. Is that since he's got that pylon there, and if he gets an observer up there and he gets sight, since it isn't visible, he can build up quite a force, which I think that's what this observer is going to inevitably going to be going up there to allow him to do. He can build up a whole lot of units up there, get a sentry out. Oh, now he's going to see it. All right, so he had the opportunity, but I'm going to say this anyway. You get up there, you build a bunch of units, you get your sentry. Once you make your move into the base, immediately send a sentry out, block off the ramp, and not allow the Terran to get back into his base. That works for any other race, obviously, as well. But as soon as you know, if you go over there with an observer and see all of his units are outside the base and you have that opportunity, take it, because those force fields will allow you to block them out for long periods of time, and you'll be able to do as much damage as you want. You'll have free reign.
Yeah, so it looks like we are going to see a pretty big battle here. Now going to run his units in. He's going to be a lot of trouble if he doesn't successfully use these force fields.
Those were
almost where you want it to be, but not quite. Now the Marines and Marauders in the back doing massive damage to the Zealots.
And the tank.
And the tank up top doing some damage as well. The tank does fall.
He needs to turn around and keep these units alive at this point.
He needs to keep warping in units now, using a successful force field right on this ramp to make sure that no more units come down so he can take out this expansion, and I hope he warps in a couple of sentry very, very soon so he can continue to do that. And it looks like DurtyKeyLime now stocking up big time, and the Zealots now coming in for blood, taking out, not really taking out any SCVs.
Not really anything, no.
No, now picking off a couple of SCVs, but reinforcements now coming down for DurtyKeyLime. I'm still not seeing any warped units. He has 700 and 800 minerals. Still no warped units yet. Here we go. There they are. Still no sentry. I'd love to see a sentry go in there.
That's not worth it.
And really cut off that choke so he can take out all this stuff. That is going to be so huge if he can do that, and he better do it soon, because if not, DurtyKeyLime is going to get out of this alive.
No, he needs to get those 4 Stalker out of there right now. This is just going to be suicide for these Stalker. They might get a couple of kills off, but inevitably they're just going to get killed. And that was a fairly good attack, though. He has done lots of damage to the SCVs. They're effectively killing basically every SCV. And so I guess I shouldn't say it was an entirely useless attack. However, he definitely is pushing his luck here. That tank is going to be up there doing a lot of damage as soon as it gets sight, which it will with these Marauders out on the field. So he needs to back up and get the heck out of there and cut his losses. And DurtyKeyLime doing a reasonable job of defending that. However, I feel like Zdra definitely could have done a heck of a lot more with that push had he be continuing to warp in units like Jeff was saying, and definitely using those force fields more effectively. He almost had the force fields right there. He was missing one extra force field. I think he had them too huddled together. I think he was just F and clicking too much, too quick, and so that last force field didn't meet up with the side of that hill right there, and so all of those units could just run around the side, but it was really close.
Yeah, I mean, that was a pretty successful attack there. He managed to get rid of all the SCVs and at the same time got his expansion, so now